So both teams' defenses have come to play today. Shot right off the face-off and a tricky save for Johnson. That's the first quality look for Worcester. And it's Tanner Shackle off the face-off, attempting to bury his first goal of the year. Out. Jesse Pulkkinen, second-round pick of the Islanders in the 2024 draft. Got it down the ice right towards the front, and a big stop by Johnson on a redirect right out front. Cam Johnson, a big stop to keep it scoreless, and now Piercy and Cooper getting into a shoving match, and the officials going in to try and pull them apart. Cooper had a fight in yesterday's game, dropped the gloves with Samuelsson. Cooper's got his helmet off right now, as does Piercy, but they're relegated to just having a talk. The right flank. Down below the goal line is Chow. Up top, Burns. Back over to Casero. Gianfranco Casero, shot towards the net, makes its way in. Needham might have tipped it out front. The Everblades on the power play open the scoring early in the second period. Yep, it's Craig Needham's goal. 6 straight games with a goal for Craig Needham. Another one in his home state. And all his family and friends certainly happy to see the performance he's been putting on. Now up to 11 goals this season. A nifty redirect shot along the ice, intended for that, for Needham to get his stick under it and sort of dig it up just a bit. Bumped it over the shoulder blocker side on Gahagan, and Florida gets a power play goal to take a 1-0 lead. Shit over Florida's blue. At the point, held on side by Rapace. Down low it goes, swings away to the opposite side, shot from the line, and a tricky glove save for Johnson, but he made it. Might have hit off a blade stick en route, and Johnson makes the glove stop to keep the Everblades out front. And Florida moves out of their own end. Duke, Penny drops it off, gets it now to Duke, a shot, and he scores! Reed Duke goes glove side, and 2:41 into the third period. The Everblades are up by 2. Duke finding the back of the net makes it 2-0. Reed Duke's 7th of the season, so it gets from Penny. He leaves it behind quickly over to Duke, and that shot in between the pad and the arm. Nice shot by Reed Duke. Feels great to see him back on the scoreboard in short order after returning from injury. And Reed Duke has made it 2-0 early in the third period. So that has really quieted this crowd now, given the visiting bench a ton of life. Exactly the kind of start Florida wanted in the third period. Their lead. Now down in Florida's zone. Against the boards on the near side, up to the line. Big shot, scores. What a blast from Jesse Pulkkinen. His first goal in the ECHL as a howitzer, and it's a 2-1 game with 5:24 to go in the third. I mean, there's not a goaltender in the ECHL, and maybe even some of the leagues above, that are stopping a shot like that. When you're 6'6", 220 pounds, you can really lean into it. Jesse Pulkkinen, everything into that shot. Would love to get a radar gun on that one to see how fast it was. The board battle won. Open man at the line, and that one might have hit a blade stick on its way. That got some serious elevation. Yeah, it looked like in an attempt for a sliding block, it ramped up and over Johnson's glove side shoulder and into the back of the net. Either way, Worcester's fine with it. They've got it back to a 1-goal game late and have given themselves a chance in this one. Miotto tied up, got it to Veremyev. Up to the line, Samuelsson had to take it on his backhand. Given off, and a shot, they score. Pulkkinen let it fly and tipped in by Ryan Miotto. And the Worcester Ice Cats have come back to tie the game in the third period with exactly 3 minutes left to go. Miotto's 6th of the season, got the deflection on it. And it's a 2-2 game at the DCU Center. This crowd, they didn't even need to see their goalie pulled. Almost all of them on their feet, elated that their team has managed to tie the game. So Samuelson able to take the pass on his backhand, went over to his defense partner Polkinen, who just cranked it right away. And a deflection right out front. Miotto peels himself off the boards, right to the front of the net, exactly what you need to do. Got the tip, and Worcester ties the game. So now it's anybody's matchup, and Florida's the team who's got to find a way to respond. Now, everybody from Worcester sets up. Polkinen, top of the right circle, over for DeMellis. Creeping his way in. DeMellis back to Polkinen. Takes a shot, and he scores. Looks like Dorrington might have tipped it out front. And with 2:37 left to go in overtime on the power play, the Worcester Ice Cats complete the comeback and grab a 3-2 win over the Florida Everblades. Worcester taking down Florida. They were trailing Florida with 6 minutes left to go, 2-0. And Jesse Polkinen, a three-point night, drags his team back into this one. And Worcester gets the win, 3-2, the final in overtime on Saturday night. Post-game show is coming up next. 3-2 the final. Worcester wins it over Florida on the Fifth Third Bank Florida Everblades Broadcast Network.